Hey everyone, and welcome on back to our single player world. Today, we're doing something a little bit different. The last few episodes, we've been working with building up these cool, awesome coral structures with this awesome little coral base down there. We got a cool trident and everything like that. But today's episode, like I said, is going to be a little bit different. We've been doing all this stuff with coral, and I thought it'd be kind of fun to go ahead and look at some uses that we could find for the dead coral. So I want to be jumping around with you guys here so we can take a look at a few different uses here. We're in spectator mode. I've done a few things around the world that I want to go and check up with you guys. The first and foremost one is simply here in the cave. You can go ahead and use dead coral to kind of outline your caves, bringing up that live coral, really selling the fact that this is like a dried out sea cave, because some things would still be stuck to the walls and everything, so it kind of really sells that one out. I'll meet you guys at the next location here real quick. The next option is probably my favorite one. Sadly, I cannot take credit for this guy though. You can see here we actually have a fully functioning chicken coop using the fact that chickens can no longer jump over the top of trapdoors, but you can go ahead and throw a item frame down with an egg in it and then place some dead coral down. It looks like a pretty freaking awesome chicken nest. We even got one right up in here, and whoop, we got a little chicken hanging out on it. Good job, buddy. Good job. Now for our next option, sticking around with using this as another form of a plant, it actually looks pretty freaking awesome up here in the middle of the mountains as kind of like a snowy covered dead shrub or something that's like sticking through the snow. I think that guy looks really cool. Especially from the distance, it adds a little bit of gray in there. You can kind of see it just barely poking through the snow there, and I think it actually looks really awesome. And actually adds a whole lot to our mountain range. We might have to go ahead and add these guys in more all over the place. Now this guy here is probably going to seem pretty dang obvious, but we use a lot of our live coral underneath the water inside the ocean, and it looks very bright and vibrant and really cool looking. But if you come over here into the lake, if we add those really bright colors in here, it'll take away a lot from the grass that we have grown up in here. So I think the dead coral here actually works as a great way of having a little bit of a shrub in here. I'd love to throw some kelp in here kind of in the more shallow bits so it only grows like 2 tall or 3 tall at most. But yeah, I thought the dead coral here actually did a great job here of kind of being another bottom feeder shrub or something like that. Just wanted to share that one with you guys. Next, the complete opposite of the snowy use for the plant here. We're in the desert, and this actually fits really, really closely with the desert shrub, and it actually adds a whole lot to it. The new desert shrub that Yappa's working on over there is a little bit more brown than these guys, so it doesn't work quite as well, but from a distance, these kind of blend in. You could probably divide them up a little bit more over the whole place and make a lot more sense. Well, running around doing all this stuff, guys, I saw a parrot sitting in this tree, and so I came over and tried to place the dead coral on top of the leaf blocks, which sadly, we're not able to do. But on the acacia trees, you can go ahead and place them down here on top of these guys, and it actually looks like a pretty cool little bird's nest or something, kind of building off of our chicken coop idea. But I thought this one was pretty cool and I wanted to share that one with you guys. Alright guys, so I was thinking these would look kind of cool in the end, but on my way over there, I saw this whole section right here where we were trying to bring that life and those crops in here, and I tried adding in some of the dead coral here, and it actually looks like a really cool like decayed version of whatever grass we're trying to grow up here. So if you're ever trying to make it like a decayed dead biome somewhere or something like that, I think this stuff could actually work really well for those plants as well. I know a lot of what these can work for is like shrubs and things like that throughout the world. I know they're not the easiest to obtain for like large scale things, but I actually think this one actually works really well. You can even hide them down there inside of this stuff. That, though, was a big pain to get in there. Anyways, let's head off to the end and see what they look like out there. Out here in the middle of the end, there's not a whole lot of foliage or life or anything like that around all these places. Like, we got these big chorus fruit trees, but let's be realistic, guys. Those things are they're kind of lame out here. Like, they sell the end biome for what the end biome is, but beyond that, they're kind of lame. I wish there was like a ground shrub or something. I came out here and tried throwing the dead brain coral fans down. I think it worked kind of well. I kind of like what we're getting here with the effect. I think if we had like a 2 tall version, it would really, really work well, but you guys might be able to make this work a little bit better than I can. You know, the terrain out here is a little kind of bland with it only being end stone and everything. So, you know, I think that one's okay to call it right there. That might be pushing it a little too much. Okay guys, we are no longer in our single player world because I want to come over here and mess with a few different ideas that I had otherwise with this stuff. First one being making this weird organic looking golem thing that I really want to start adding organics and life and things like this throughout our single player world, and I've been meaning to come over here and test out a few designs, and I kind of came up with this one here, and I actually love using the dead coral fan as like a type of lichen, I think that's lichen, whatever, like basically like that old like mushroomy stuff you would call it, I guess, that would grow over rocks and things. So we're using that up here for that kind of stuff. You could even go ahead and stick some right there, and maybe he has some butt hairs too. We can go and throw a little bit on there. Yeah, I thought that was super cool. I came up with this guy right here. If you guys have a way to improve this design though in general, be sure to let me know though. Or if you guys have other ideas of what we could use the coral for here, let me know that as well, because I'm really excited with this one. Got kind of that heart of like a dormant giant or structure or sculpture or something. I don't know, some mechanism thing that's no longer working could be like dead along the side of the road like this. I don't know. I thought it was a really cool idea. Anyways, next idea. All right, guys, my next idea comes back from building off of the giant sculpture structure thing we were just working on over there. And this one is actually using it as actually a type of like a mushroom or some growing fungus or something. We've never really had a type of fungus that you can stick on the side of a block and let it grow just straight off there. So I think the dried coral can actually really help out with that. Think of those like cool, awesome, like mushroomy caves that you want to build up, wet, damp caves and things like that. You could just throw these guys all over the walls and make it look super cool. Some water dripping from the ceilings. Oh, that would look really cool. Now I want to go try and make one of those. I don't know. Let's see what we can do. All right, guys, after getting carried away with this whole dead coral being like a fungi or some type of lichen idea, I think I got something I really like here with this underground cave. Of course it's an underground cave. This cave little guy right here. So I went in and built just a brief little outside up here and had a little bit of the dead coral kind of creeping its way out here. And I think you guys will like this one a lot. So we can kind of use it here just all over the place, just kind of throwing it on the walls. And I turned this guy into a pretty dark cave here with a lot of mushrooms and things like that to kind of help bring in that coral being like another type of mushroom or something like that. Just kind of sticking out of the wall. So hopefully that works on your guys' end. But anyways, it kind of comes down here into just this little watery area with some sea pickles. Just again, using this dead coral around to kind of symbolize dead like mushrooms or some type of lichen, or I swear I'm saying that wrong. Lichen? Somebody correct me down in the comments. I don't really know what I'm saying. It's like white mushroomy stuff that grows all over things inside of caves and video games and whatnot a lot. This guy's looking pretty cool down here. I really like the look of this, kind of using these as kind of just a way of breaking up that like just flat surface that we would normally have of just being this underwater pond area. We can't add a whole lot to it. I guess you could almost come in here with the seagrass and do a few things like this around here. That could kind of work too, to add to like that underwater or those watery parts that you make here. You can't really place those guys out here, but I guess you could come in with some grass of the normal type and just throw these guys in here as well on top of some of the dirt that you're using. That could be kind of a cool way of adding to it. Yeah, I like this guy a lot. Anyways, that's pretty much this guy here. Let's be moving on from this one. All right, guys, that's gonna have to do it for today's video. I hope you guys all enjoyed looking at a few of the things I was able to come up here with using the dead coral block behind, or kind of all around us right here. There's a lot of them around this place. Anyways, if you guys want to see more of this type of stuff where we just kind of play with the idea for like an hour or two and see what we can come up with, just weird, crazy designs and things like that, let me know down in the comments below if you guys like this video. It's kind of a little impromptu one while I'm out on vacation, just another filler video in there. I thought it would be a really cool idea. So if you guys did enjoy this one, please hit that like button. It really does mean a lot to me and kind of helps the channel grow out here a bunch. So thank you guys all so much for the support recently. Please hit that subscribe button if you are new, and I will catch you guys on the flip side.